G'day punters, welcome to one of the great weekends you're ever going to get in racing. It's WS Cox Plate weekend and this is Bet It Out. Louis and we've got Ryan here in Australia. So, kick us off. Let's peel this thing back. It's one of the most complex versions I can imagine and I can think of. So, where we start?
Oh, it's an abundance of storylines heading into this race, isn't it, Louis? I'm sticking with Via Sistina. We've both been with her for the last couple of weeks. I'm willing to forgive that track scare she had on Tuesday. I think there's been way too much made out of that. We saw her come out and win the Winx Stakes so well first up. Bit of a forgive on a wet track second up, and then she showed us what she's all about, winning the Turnbull last start in impressive fashion.
She was never meant to savage the line like that and win in the Winx Stakes. So the fact she did put the writing on the wall for me. She's the best 2,000 metre weight for age horse in Australia locally. I've always said that this preparation. So I'm sticking with her. I 100% agree with your summation. The international raiders are interesting though, aren't they? Prognosis is a proper thoroughbred. He's just a horse that gets back, and that's not a profile we're meant to be kind to as punters in this sort of a race, because coming through the field is never what you want to do. And Docklands, he's got the Charon and the blue stocking form. He's over the odds with Blake Shin for me. I'm not necessarily knocking Pride of Jenny and Mr. Brightside. I just think Via Sistina is the better local 2,000 metre horse. Up the line in Sydney, while we've got the Spring Champion Stakes for the staying 3-year-olds. Who did you find here?
Yeah, this is another tricky race, Louis, and it's not the strongest edition of the Spring Champion Stakes, I will say that. I'm going with Henline here. He's only lightly raced, should eat up 2,000 metres, and we're getting a decent little price, close to the $5 mark as we record, so give me Henline on top.
Al Costello for me, another one I think's going through the gears and going through his ability as he goes up over distance, and I think he can settle in the front half and just pop out nicely. It'll be one off the fence. I think he'll absolutely love the trip. In New Zealand, we've got more 3-year-olds. The Soliloquy Stakes run. Alabama Lass is going to go around $1 so who are you going to put with her in your multiples to make a buck?
I've gone with Kitty Flash to run top 3. She's another one that's in search of a hat-trick, just like Alabama Lass. I do have the query on the wide gate for Alabama Lass, but I don't say this very often. I think she just wins this race. So going Alabama Lass to win, Kitty Flash top 3.
I've had the same thought, mate. So it was Archipelago for me. I think this is a nice filly. The Alexanders do a hell of a job with the fillies, and I think with that barrier 1, Vinnie Colgan up, she'll get a lovely economical trip, and she's probably not going to beat her. So I've got Alabama Lass to win Archipelago top 4, about $5 something. Speaking of money, we want to bury some in the backyard, Ryan. What's your best of the weekend?
Yeah, we'll go back to the Valley on Saturday, Louis. Race 2, I've got Pisces, the Godolphin runner, as my best bet.
I'll do you one better. I'll go Friday night and I'll have the good Kiwi mare Positivity each way, because she was meant to be a chance in a Caulfield Cup. We've had to wait a few days. She gets in beautifully here. Jai McNeil up. I think she's a major threat to knock the older horses off. Punters, have a great WS Cox Plate weekend. Bring it on.
Chances are you're about to lose. For free and confidential support, call the number on the screen or visit the website